The Center for Science and Industry, or COSI, has been inspiring generations of children and adults to realize that science is all around them. Through engaging demonstrations like rat basketball to hands-on experiences like the liquid nitrogen show or the balance bike, COSI has something for everyone. And as you walk through the halls of the museum, there are many permanent exhibits to enjoy, but there are also traveling expeditions that bring to life everything from Barbie, showing visitors that you can be anything, to King Tut, showcasing Tutankhamun's tomb and treasures through 1,000 replica artifacts, even taking you to the depths of the ocean with the Titanic, real recovered artifacts frozen in time amongst the wreckage brought to life. These immersive experiences offer something new for visitors of all ages and rotate in every few months. Right now on display is a massive exhibit that brings one of the most beloved sci-fi franchises in history to life, and let's just say the force is strong with this one. One of the most anticipated exhibits of the year here at COSI is Unofficial Galaxies. We are talking one of the largest fan collections in the world. And I have with me Joe Wood, who is going to take us inside. This is so cool just from the beginning.
Yeah, we're going to go into hyperspace here.
This is awesome.
So yeah, this is Unofficial Galaxies. Welcome inside.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
I've actually just been in here since we opened the exhibit.
I imagine you have been. Have you left? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so you're right here at the back, you have some of the iconic characters. And these are just a few of the characters, costumes, props, ships that you're going to see from the Star Wars galaxy.
So these are recreations.
Yes.
They look incredible.
Oh, yes. I've been talking to people about this, and I think one of the things about this exhibit is that it's really about the fans of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because everything that you've seen in here, or that you will see in here, except for one object, which was used in the films, is made by fans of Star Wars. And I love the love and the artistry that goes into them, and the technology even is really cool.
Yes, it's so precise. R2-D2 is my favorite. He's so cute.
Yeah, so speaking of droids, we've got, we call this the Droid Bazaar. So you're going to go through several different planets when you're on your journey through Unofficial Galaxies. The first you'll start in is Tatooine. The speeder over here, this is not the speeder from Star Wars A New Hope, but it was made by the same company that made that speeder. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, very.
And then all the other droids and things in here. You're seeing inside this exhibit a mix of things that were made by fans. Some things that were made by COSI team members, which is really cool. And yeah.
Did you make anything?
No, I'm a fan of Star Wars, but I don't have this level of artistry. But our amazing exhibits team did build a lot of the things. And in fact, the next room that we'll go into was built by our exhibits team.
And that's the thing when you have an exhibit like this, you guys are able to add so much to it to really bring it to life.
Yeah, this is a really big room. There's a lot to see.
Yeah.
And there is a traveling exhibition called Unofficial Galaxies. We've taken that and we've added a lot of things to it, including some of the full-size ships in here.
So if you go someplace else, if this is on display someplace else, it will not be the same experience that you see. This is so cool. Everywhere you look, there's something. I mean, it's amazing the way it's just layered in here.
Yeah, you want to go to someplace else?
Let's go.
Speaking of Tatooine, we're going to visit the most notorious gangster, Jabba the Hutt. We're actually going to go inside Jabba's palace.
Oh, man.
So you've got things like this, like figures like Boba Fett. But then Jabba's palace here, including Jabba himself, was made by our COSI exhibits team.
No way.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
We've got a small army of these things called Klakian monkey lizards. That one is Salacious B. Crumb. One of the things I love about Star Wars is there are all of these ancillary characters that get screen time but aren't named in any of the films. But of course, if you're a real fan, then you probably already know their names. But then if you didn't, now you will.
Now you know.
All right, so now we're going to go in the next room. Oh yeah.
Sorry.
This is where you could do your Werner Herzog impression. I must see the baby.
That's so cute. All right.
So now we go into the next room, and we got a lot of things from the first prequel film, The Phantom Menace. So some of these things in here were made as promotional materials for
Okay.
that movie, like the Darth Maul over here. And that's part of the fan collection that makes up this exhibit. We also got, one of the great things about Star Wars is the toys.
Yes.
Star Wars really revolutionized the toy industry, which a lot of people don't think about. But the idea that toys could be collectible items kind of didn't exist before Star Wars. Look at all we're big Lego fans in my house, so we love this display.
That is such a cool display.
And so then the next room will actually travel through hyperspace into a completely different planet. We're actually going to go visit the ice planet of Hoth now.
I mean, this is like the thing of nightmares.
Oh, yeah.
Looks so like he's gonna come out and get you.
This character wasn't on screen for very long, but instantly became one of the most iconic movie villains.
For sure. Just awesome.
So costumes, models, prop replicas of things like lightsabers and blasters and things like that. And then now we're entering one of the areas that the COSI team created. So you got to look around every corner here because you never know who you're going to find.
You never know what's going to happen.
You might have a Wampa jump out at you.
That's great. It's huge. Oh my gosh. How big is that? Do you know? I mean...
Oh, at least 9 feet tall.
Gotta be.
And so, yeah, the Wampa is one of the denizens of the ice planet Hoth. And this scene is actually created by the COSI team, like I said, plus some cool additions.
Very, very cool.
So here in the Rebel base, they're getting ready for the Imperial attack. And we have the crashed snow speeder, which we can actually...
Oh, you can come in?
You can actually come inside. We got this shag carpet, which is representing snow. And then if you look up, we're about to be crushed by the foot of an Imperial AT-AT walker.
Terrifying.
I have to say, when I came in here with my son, this was the room where he looked up and his little jaw hit the floor.
Yes. It's so impressive.
And everyone will have that moment in somewhere inside this exhibit when they come in here.
Walking on this shag carpet, it feels like snow.
Yeah, you can make snow angels in it.
All we just get down there and swab around.
Yeah.
This really cool. It's all of your senses.
Yeah, so you can actually step on this and people can get it's great photo opportunity, things like that.
Yeah.
Some of the other ships we don't climb on.
No stepping. But this one, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
And this was all the COSI team that did this?
Yes. The speeder was not built by our team, but other things like the foot were.
Yeah.
So now, speaking of, we talked about villains. Now we're gonna see some of the bad guys.
Okay.
From Star Wars.
You gotta love the bad guys.
Coming up, we take a closer look at the dark side and a few faces that will haunt you. Plus, I hop on a speeder bike for a trip through the forest moon, but not before an incredibly daring escape from a trash compactor.
Stormtroopers, the Emperor, Darth Vader. There's even a photo op here where guests can recreate the iconic scene from A New Hope where they're trapped in the trash compactor.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool. So you hop in here.
Yeah, you want to get in here and give it a try?
Let's get in here. Let's get in.
All right. Hopefully R2-D2 and C-3PO open the trash compactor doors before we get crushed here. So you got to get this and use it too. Here you go. To try to hold the trash compactor apart, and then you can get your photo opportunity. C-3PO.
Yeah.
And if you know, you know kind of situation.
This is so cool.
All right,
this
so we'll leave that for the next person.
This is great. Yes, thank you. Help me out.
I didn't want you to fall in the trash compactor.
Yeah, please don't. I don't want to sustain an injury.
So, like I said, some of the iconic villains, including Darth Vader himself. And then speaking of Darth Vader, we've actually got Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. So this is a near full-scale replica of Darth Vader's TIE Fighter.
And someone made this.
Yes. So a separate company built this. We brought it to COSI. It's very heavy.
It looks like it would be very heavy.
And then later on, there's also an X-Wing, too.
When you're walking around and you're looking at all this, I mean, honestly, it looks like you're walking into a Hollywood set.
Yes, I feel like I'm on the Death Star.
Seriously. Oh my gosh, look at all this over here.
Yeah.
And it's not just like, it sits there and that's it. There's a lot moving around. Look at this. Look at no, this is scary.
Very scary.
Very, very realistic. But I love how you've got like all the lights and the sounds going too. It just adds to the whole vibe.
Yeah, you kind of have to be here yourself Darth was talking to us. You kind of have to be here to hear it yourself. But yeah, there's a soundtrack. So as you go through different rooms, you hear different soundscapes.
Yeah.
They're manning the super laser for the Death Star.
I keep thinking one of these guys is going to come walking.
I know,
out
it's
at
very,
me.
very realistic. So
It's very
you're very lifelike. So
Yes.
I mean, again, that just shows you the love and also the sophistication that went into creating these models and
this.
costumes. All right, well, we're gonna leave the bad guys behind.
Okay.
We're gonna step outside of the Death Star and we're gonna go to the forest moon of Endor.
Okay.
Now, you actually can ride on the speeder bike. Would you like to do that?
Yeah. All right. If I can
And then
get
if
on
you
it.
push your throttle, you'll actually
Ooh.
fly
it's like
through
you're
the
doing it.
forest moon of Endor.
Woo! This is awesome.
You can almost imagine the scout troopers chasing behind
Yeah. This is really cool. This is fantastic.
you. Another one of the great photo opportunities. I mean, if you're a Star
Yes.
Wars fan,
Oh
like
my gosh.
these are going to be, great
Yeah.
pictures.
Not just for kids. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
definitely-
Everyone should get on
This
this.
is definitely a grown-up fun thing to do too. This is awesome. So cool.
So then we've got, like I said, the scout troopers here. Yeah, I mean, the toys are actually one of the things that I really like the best. I actually got an Ewok Christmas ornament here.
Oh, so cute.
I actually have that playset.
Is it still in the
That's
box?
not mine. No, we played with it.
Yeah.
What's really cool is that a lot of the toys and other collectibles are actually also from COSI team members.
Very fun.
Yeah. So then we'll
gosh.
visit the Ewoks
I
here.
love an Ewok.
Yes.
Oh.
Again, all the Ewoks had names, but they're not named on camera.
Yeah.
So this is one of those things where when people that dive into some of the other media like books and comics and things
Yeah.
like that, you learn these characters' names. Like Wicket, our favorite.
So cute. So cute.
Yub Nub. So then we'll meet some more heroes. Huang Yang helps a young Padawan build their lightsabers. We've got another Grogu.
Oh, he's so cute.
And Yoda. We'll see
baby
some other people who tapped into the Force. And then we'll go into, I think, probably the room that's going to really get people the most excited. I think that TIE fighter was cool, but most of us want to be on the good side.
Sure.
So that's why we've got
Wow.
our X-Wing,
It's huge.
and then also some models of some of the heroes from the
Yes.
original trilogy.
Very cool.
And then also in this room, what I think is really neat is we talk about in some of the cases and things like this, some of the side characters. There's a character over here, Jackson, who has not been in any movies or TV shows or anything like
Okay.
that, but is featured in a lot of the comic books.
Oh.
So there's a lot of folks like me who've dove into, like I said, some of that related media, like some of the novels and comic
Yeah.
books and things like that. And so we've got some of those collectibles here.
Wow.
There's a lot of Lego in this exhibit too, which I like as
Lego's
well.
cool, man.
Some more of our heroes from the sequel films.
So is this one that COSI built, or is this one that came from the collection?
This did not come with the collection. This
Okay.
was purpose-built for us
For
for
you.
this exhibition.
This is really cool. How much planning goes in the back end of something like this?
We have been. This is one of those things where it's so it's so hard to keep these things secret
Right.
because we have been building some of the stuff or planning for this exhibit for a really long time, over
yeah.
a year.
Yeah.
And we've just been dying to tell people all about it and show it to people, and now we get to.
Because I can't even imagine the time that goes into just figuring out how to fabricate something like
Yeah.
this, and then making it happen.
Yeah, it starts with the room, and then figuring out what everything can fit, and then trying to figure out what are the pieces that we can bring in, finding all the other collections. In the next room, there's something that I'll show you that's something that's really cool. That's a part of another collection that we were actually able to borrow. But also the other thing I wanted to show you in this room is after you visited the galaxy far, far away. You've traveled through space.
Yeah.
You might be a little hungry, a little thirsty.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to come visit the cantina.
Of course you do.
After the break, we take you inside the cantina for some out-of-this-world offerings and a real part of Star Wars history. Quick test for your Star Wars knowledge. What was the name of the original screenplay? We'll have that reveal and a special art exhibit inspired by the franchise, showcasing talent from all over the world, exclusively displayed at COSI.
So at the end of the exhibition, we actually have our Star Wars cantina. We even have a special beer, Lightspeed Lager, brewed by our friends at the Land Grant Brewing Company.
Oh, you gotta love that.
Some other themed Star Wars food and drinks. And then we also, as you're enjoying it, can have some more. Oh, and we, of course, we prepared one for you.
Oh, thank
which one
you.
is this?
That is the Grandmaster.
The Grandmaster.
The Grandmaster.
Of course, this is the non-alcoholic version.
This is the alcoholic version.
Well,
I'll smell it.
We'll just.
This looks delicious, and in a couple of months, I'll come enjoy it before they shut down the cantina.
Well, I'll taste test it for you.
Yeah, taste it. Tell me how it is. It smells so good.
I can feel the power of the Force flowing through me.
Right? Yeah, I don't need the power of the Force flowing through me right now. That would not be good. But I love that there's like different things that you can enjoy. Oh
Yeah.
gosh, the galactic blue milk.
The blue milk, it's definitely something that everyone should experience.
People are definitely into the blue milk.
But while
for
you're
sure.
having your beverage and food from a galaxy far, far away, you can take a look over here. This is something where people, yes,
the pretzels.
it's the theming is everywhere.
Yes.
We're actually able to borrow these are original scripts from the original trilogy.
Oh wow.
They're on loan to us from the Trumbull County Museum. And this is such a piece of history. I was very excited to get these. I mean, this one from...
That's so cool.
This is before the movie was actually just called Star Wars.
Wow.
It's called The Adventures of Luke Starkiller at that point, which is a little bit of history that some people may be familiar with if they're super fans,
Yeah.
but other people might not be familiar with.
So
that's
people like you would know.
I
People
knew
like
that.
me, maybe not.
But it's one thing to know about it and another thing to see it
Yeah.
in front of you.
Right, and
yeah.
they're in type. Wow.
Yeah. And then, so you've got some other figures that you can see here. But after you finished your food, you can head out. And then the last thing I wanted to show you is the elements from our art contest.
Yeah.
So one of the things that COSI really believes in is not just STEM, but STEAM, science,
Okay,
technology, engineering, art, and math. And you saw how much art went into creating the pieces inside the exhibit.
Oh,
Well,
I see. You can also take home a little bit of the exhibit as well.
Star Wars, like I said, is all about merchandise.
Yep.
And we wouldn't want people to leave empty-handed.
Look at this little guy. So cute. So cute.
R2-D2.
Is he not the cutest?
I love R2-D2.
So
all
cute.
the droids.
So cute.
So yeah, there's something for everyone here.
Very good.
Yeah. That sound effect doesn't come with it.
No, you need Joe for that. This
Yeah.
is fantastic.
So our art contest, so we invited artists to submit their art, and we gave them a theme about space exploration. And so this is all original artwork. So you won't see like Star Wars characters or things like this, but just people, kind of hearkening back to the original concept art and things from the Star Wars films, like imagining, faraway planets and galaxies and, alien life and things like that. And these are the people that we selected to be a part of the show.
And these are local folks?
People, a lot of them are local artists, but people have submitted artwork from all over.
That's awesome.
Even other countries.
Wow.
And some of this is, all of it is just beautiful.
Oh, this is so cool.
So yeah, it just kind of shows you, just brings it back to, like I said, that STEAM principle that I talked about.
I love that there's, the youth portion of it too.
Yeah.
These are really, really good.
A lot of these youth artists do a lot better job than I would for sure. So
That's
yeah,
fantastic.
if you come to see Unofficial Galaxies, be sure you
Yeah.
save some time to check this out at the end.
Yeah, Joe, this has been extremely impressive. When does it wrap up?
Yep, so Unofficial Galaxies is here at COSI until Labor Day.
Okay.
If you'd like to get tickets, you can go to our website, cosi.org, and plan ahead because we'll give you a timed ticket so you can make sure that you have plenty of time to look through the exhibit and it doesn't get too crowded. And yeah, we hope you come down and see it this summer.
Really awesome. Thank you so much for taking me through.
Thanks for being here.
I don't think I've ever said cool so much in one segment, but honestly, it was so cool. And I am sorry, but how cute were the Ewoks? So cute. You really do have to see it in person to get the full picture. From the visuals to the sound effects, it is a one-of-a-kind experience. Plus, you have the added artistry from COSI that really takes it to the next level in a big way. Unofficial Galaxies is definitely worth the trip, whether you are a die-hard fanatic or maybe you're just a casual fan. Now, as Joe mentioned in the segment, you do need a timed ticket for this exhibit. So before you head to COSI, go to cosi.org, click on Unofficial Galaxies, and then purchase tickets. From there, select your date and your time. Now, these ticket bundles include admission to the museum. And take the time to really enjoy the artwork at the very end. You know, many of those pieces were created by youth artists, and it's fun to see how they've been inspired by this beloved franchise. Unofficial Galaxies will be on display through September 1st. Local for you, Monica Day, NBC4.
Thanks for watching. For more NBC4, download the NBC4 streaming app. You'll get free 24/7 local programming streamed straight to your living room. Just search NBC4 Columbus on your Apple TV, Amazon Fire, or Roku.